Silver X,
Yeah, bro, what's up?
the most trending name right now on the internet in South Sudan. Welcome to Lorba News.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Silver, okay, you look fine. Why are you jealous of John Frog's success?
Literally, that's a no. I'm not jealous. And I think that's the happiest way to express how you feel to someone. There are different ways of love. Some people, when they are happy, they cry. And others, they love. You understand? It depends on how you express your happiness. But the most important thing is like, how many people do you reach the information?
So you had a post on Saturday, rallying your fans and your followers to be able to vote for John Frog for the Afrimma nomination.
Yep.
A day later, you went 360 degrees against that, and you wrote a very, very lengthy post, put English, put feelings, put a lot of things. And you said the internet ablaze, and people are talking about that. And personally, I feel you really need to tell people why you got that pissed. Why did that energy come so fast?
That wasn't pissed. You know where I was pissed is one thing about our people. People feed on the negativity a lot more than the positive energy. When I posted about going to vote for John Frog, the reaction wasn't the one I expected. Of course, obviously, you know how people take. I was like, fine. The next morning I wake up and I did not reach the expectation I wanted, for people to understand this thing. Then I realized quickly, people do not want to feed on good things. People like to feed on negative energy. So I sat down with a few of my friends, and I was like, okay, how do we make this trend? How do we create the biggest trend? How do we get people engaging into this situation? Believe me, the best way was that. I've done it so many times, but this time I had to do it that way. First of all, I'm not too a child who doesn't know the difference between the Afrimma with one M that happens in Africa, in Ghana most times, the other Afrimma that happens in Dallas with double M. So, but I had to look into your hearts like what people want to hear. And exactly the reaction was what I expected, and I'm happy.
Okay, you just said something. You've done this a couple of times. Are you trying to tell us you're the king of stands in South Sudan, Walashano?
I'm not trying to say I am the king of anything else, but I dictate on how the industry runs. I literally set the bars of how the industry should run, what is needed in the industry. And I think I want to give a big applause to the MC Lomex. He understood the game, you understand? Do you remember in 2019 when we had the 10,000 days challenge? When the industry was dead, there was only one savior. I had to sacrifice, leave my family on the other side and come back to Juba and set the industry back straight. You remember that? And now, when we had that issue with MC Lomex, people thought it was the big stuff. When Melbourne was in Tanzania doing his the song with Harmonize was another thing. So literally, in one or the other, there's so many things we do, people don't see the value. But believe me, because of the same things I do around, that's how you've seen a lot of stars right now standing up. You understand? I know you can remember this very well. You can bring the Meriboy's issue when she was in Tanzania. You can bring the Lady Caller issue even before she grew up to this kind of hype. Remember that same time? You can remember the John Frog issue again, when it was the K2 kind of thing, what, and not even having a bicycle, what, and stuff, the attack. People started going to Google out, who is this and guy, who is this and that, who is this and that. You get. So literally, the game is not how you sing. The game is mental. Okay. To manage the game is very much mental. So literally.
In the post, you said we've been fooled a lot of times.
Yes.
What did you mean by that? We've
been fooled. For you to get someone angry, you have to look for that button of pain. You have to touch the button. Malal Guajari, you touch that pain. That button. Tack. If you want to put the light on, that's a button you touch, right? Mm-hmm. You want to put it off, that's a button you touch. So you had to touch that real thing. So you had to make them understand this and that. Then we had to go, my team had to go and check the difference between the nominations on Afrimma, the one that happens in Africa, and then the one that happens on the other side. And then we got the one that happens in Africa, the one double M, the one I posted. Then we put it up there. So others can believe and others will not believe. Then people have to go and Google out and check whether it's true or it's not true. his brain.
Okay. Was it a planned stunt with John Frog, or you did it independently?
I did not involve John Frog in this.
Okay.
But I just had to do something for a brother, you understand? I had to do something for a brother, but I was like, okay, how do I do this? I posted the thing. The reaction wasn't that too much. A lot of people posted, and just like, people were like, see, kida. Then like, when I thought of that, first of all, I spent time thinking about this. What should we do? How do we get this thing to the grassroots? How do we make it blow? And then that was the best way, and I think it has blown, and I feel I did my part. Now the rest is yours to do.
Now
go there, check on that link, vote. Let's get that vibe inside here.
Okay, so when that post went out, of course, it brought so many reactions, and we're still having more reactions. We might have more after this interview. But then all I want to know is, after you put up the post, did you contact John Frog, or did John Frog contact you? Did you guys talk about this after the post went up?
John Frog understands the game. I think a day ago we had a workshop on digital transformation. You understand? And I think it's one artist that came to my mind when, these days the music is not anymore analog. Social media controls up to around 70 or 60% of the whole entire industry. And John is one of those boys like who understands. He knows how to play his things around social media. I knew like he would understand what his elder brother means, you understand? But I spoke to his manager. I too also like wanted like this kid again is it, you understand? I didn't even tell anyone. Not even my management, I didn't. I was with Nasty in the studio, and then I was like, we were preparing to go for a video shoot. And I was like, okay, let me keep myself, as I'm going to be busy, let me keep these people busy, checking the link and voting up this stuff. And then I just dropped it. My day was like, Nasty was like, this one is going to be crazy. I was like, I don't want. So I posted, I put my data off. I went for a video shoot a whole day. But in my mind, I knew what was going on. So.
Okay, so which is the next stunt you're going to come up with?
I don't plan. It happens.
It is that post, of course, people understood it differently. There are those ones who say it's a way of promoting the whole idea, but then there are those ones who took it like Silver X is a jealous person. Of course, so many. The people who have listed the times Silver X has shown his jealousy and hatred for people and this. How does it feel being termed as a jealous person who is not happy for a brother's success?
You know, one thing about life is that you must expect the two sides of life, the good and the bad. That's why a coin, when you toss it up, it can either be this way or that way. So you must always expect those two sides of the whole thing. So literally, one thing, I'm not hurt, I'm not even pained, because I knew it was going to bring those kind of reactions. I expected actually more than that. People are going to come with their things, but honestly, to be honest, I don't think there is anybody worth me hating in the industry. Not even one, no. So literally there's no one that is worth for me to hate in this game. That is one thing for sure. And the reactions that came negative, of course, everybody has an opinion to say. The reason why we call it like a controversy. You do not expect people to think the same way you think. That's why I was telling you, the game is mental. It's not how you sing good, how good you sing, no. It is how you play with people's minds. It is keeping the industry busy. This is what is needed. But how you play it should be the way it is done. Understand? Don't gamble it out. Understand? So literally, I'm so okay with everything. I've not read even a single comment from all the whatever thousands of comments I've got on the other side, the posts and all that kind of thing. But jealousy is one thing that's the most cheapest word every South Sudanese love to use. Anything small, he's jealous. Literally, it is what it is. For those who fell offended with the post, you can deal with it. The intention was very clean, and that's it.
Okay. Sign out. Look at the camera and sign out.
Yeah, I just want to say, like, man, first of all, thank you to Lorba News. It's amazing always having, like, you guys follow the industry. You guys are a big eye to the industry. Let's keep doing this. And one thing I want to say, as a star, Do not dictate people on what they want to say about you. Even your own like your own family, even your own children. At one moment, if they tell you they want to eat chicken and you buy for them korofo, they'll get angry at you at some point. But they don't understand what you're going through. No father has a bad intention to their children. Understand this? It is not the first time I got involved into this. Into John Frog kind of thing. John Frog, I wish you all the best, brother. This is not for you alone. This is for the country. Understand? You did us proud, and we are proud. For those who say A, B, C, D, it's okay. Add the X onto it. Controversial? Let's go. I love you guys, man. It's your boy Silver X of Star Dunia.
Okay, the last. Like, anyone are you jealous of John Frog?
I love him, actually. That's to the contrary.